Hey guys, it is Friday, which only means one thing. It is time for Marketwatch episode 13, where we talk through RuneScape 3's biggest price rises and price falls through the Grand Exchange. Now, in terms of update week and what we had to the game this week, we pretty much had the update which sets RS and Reddit on fire. It was a Heroes Pass. Now, I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I might do a video about it over the week. I wanted to see what their counter was to the extra rage which came from the actual post. So we'll definitely do something over the weekend about that, talking through what I think, what's going to happen and stuff like that. So as I'm doing this video, this is Thursday, and Modkeepers do a post to say he's going to update us on Friday to talk for everything. So that might be an additional video for Friday or Saturday morning. But basically, the Heroes Pass is what they class as a major update. It isn't a major update, it's microtransactions. Nothing's really going to affect the game apart from maybe Viswax taking a little bit of a hit. But apart from that, it is nothing we want in the game. So again, we'll save that for another video. But what we're really bothered about is the price rises and price falls. So let's get cracking for this week. So the Enforcer's Walk Override is the current cosmetic or override from the current promo. It's brand new, so it's got to find its price with a start price of 1.2 mil. So yeah, nothing too major there. Subjugation pieces, boots and gloves. The hood has now vanished, which I think means that the hood has now found its peak. I think it peaked around 15-16 mil. Me personally, I think subjugation will settle around 13 to 15 mil once everything has settled down. So these are pretty good price, and it makes Krill a very good boss to do. So if you've not done the Krill log, now is probably the best time for you to do it ever. And definitely make sure you're looking to push for that. Congealed blood is still going up because it's in demand for the super potions. Not only that, it's stackable as well, so it's very similar to extreme ranges. So it'll be a nice AFK potion to do as well. So very nice for herb blood training as well. Marintil, Grimy at 4.6k and Toflact at 5.6. Very good prices for low level herbs. So if you're a low level herb farmer, definitely look into that, because it's a way to like pay for a bond just by doing something for 2 minutes every single day. Definitely worth adding to your routine and something to do. Jellyfish, again, with how Necromancy is, you are basically trying to hold off the adrenaline loss. So anything which doesn't reduce adrenaline in terms of food supply is absolutely going through the roof, and justifiably so. I've done Rysel for the first couple of times, and the Blubber Jellyfish and Brews are pretty much a necessity for me. Admittedly, I'm not the best, but it's just something you have to do. Clean Marintils as well, so you can make profit by cleaning the herbs, and again, that will rack up to a couple mil per hour, especially if you've got 99 Herbal Cape. That is very good. Scripture Jazz is 44 mil, pages are going up as well, but this is the best scripture for all of the bossing currently. Meat Pie, and again, Garden Pies and other pies, that's just linked to Keely's sort of things for Necromancy. Acadia Frames at 62k is a decent price really, because that's more of a price range for you frames. It's good to see the price ranges for frames are finally getting to where they need to be, so you've got a more realistic price. These will be great when the next bonus XP is announced, because I really don't think the volume is there for how many people will buy. It makes construction like so AFK and easy. It's definitely worth doing. Powder of Burials, 300k. This is picked up, and I think when we go further down, it will back it up as well. Bones were so cheap, it was worth like buying up for prayer. I bought some for prayer, bought some dragon bones, very, very cheap. And because of that, powder barrels go up. Star Brews, again, demand for PVM, gone up. Super Restore Flasks, again, PVM related. Berserker Ring, because the Reaver Ring is so useful for Necromancy. Berserker Ring's 15 mil. Dag and Off Kings were good enough with Archers and Seers in massive demand. Now they've got a 15 mil Berserker Ring, they are even better. So again, if you've not done the Daggenoff collection log, there is, again, best time to do it. It's in a really good and enjoyable collection log as well. Keys of the Crossing starting to move back into the positive. So we had the 1 mil dream, and then ever since it's absolutely no dive. And it's starting just to pick back up again. It will never hit these heights. That was a Necromancy push, but again, it's something to keep an eye on. Frost Dragon Bones did hit the point where they were too cheap, and I think they're going to bounce up now. Now they've bounced up quite aggressively. Do I think they'll hold that? Probably not. I think that's just people looking to invest in them. It was something we mentioned last week. When we were going through all of the price falls and we noticed bones were there, it weren't going to happen forever, so that is why. Sea Singer's Hood, again, we did a video last week, that's still got plenty to go. The parts are in demand, can fix rest potions as well, 65k, that can still go a bit higher. First, Necromancy pieces and Necromancy weapons, I will not be talking about in this episode. One of the great comments from last week's episode was basically how these items are so out of sync with the Grand Exchange, you're never really accurate at any point. So as of next week, we'll be introducing a price checking website where we'll go over some of the higher tier stuff and the more volatile stuff to find more up-to-date prices. And along with that, we can actually have a history of buy prices as well. So I just need to find the correct and right website to show. and we'll be doing that from next week. So again, thank you for pointing that out in the comments, and it's an actual really good suggestion where we can improve the Marketwatch series, which I'm always looking to do, and we can look at things at a more accurate price. Magic frames, 63k as well. Very nice to see the frames go up. Definitely be doing that on my, when the next bonus XP weekend is announced. Frames is something I will definitely be doing. Elder Logs at 8.4k is actually pretty nice price, and it's getting to the point now, like the massive, like absolute no dive they had at the beginning of the year was because of the updates and people woodcutting more. But now starting to creep up to the point where they're a very decent AFK, and with the improvements made to woodcutting during the update, something to definitely look at as well. Clean Toadflax at 5.3k, Toadflax Potion at 8k, so you're making 2.7k. Admittedly, you would still have to check the margins because I imagine Toadflax will be higher. But turning these unfinished potions is actually pretty decent profit. Normally I wouldn't suggest unfinished potions because you're losing out on XP, but that is something where the profit could really like make it worthwhile doing. Spirit Weeds could be a decent thing to farm, very much in demand due to the Necromancy potions. Dragon Metal, again, will always have like forms of archaeology materials dotted throughout. Some seeds, which is nice to see. Golden Party Hats going up 11 mil. Spirit Weed Potion, again, because it's got uses now. Draconic Visage. And then here we go, this is what we like to see. Acadia Plank, U-Frame, which is so undervalued for the level it is. 29k is too cheap. And it always just seems to be the U-Frame which is out. Everything else seems roughly about right, but U-Frame, for whatever reason, just seems to be a bit odd. And then we've got Willow, Mahogany, Inferno Pyroclast was very high, but I thought, so I did a video about Bond last week. In fact, one of my major suggestions was to do Ultra Compost, and to do Ultra Compost you want to buy Infernus Pyroclast. Again, a really good comment there was saying that Ultra Pyroclast was actually 3.5k buy. Turns out I was correct, and my only thinking I could do for that was that people aren't doing Zami, and Zami brought a serious amount of Infernus Pyroclast into the game, and yeah, it's just meant the price has gone up because the demand isn't there. Right, so going to the price falls, again, mainly Necromancy items. So what I would suggest as well, especially with the inks and the Necroplasms, price check. If you price check, you can work out roughly where you are, because these items are so high volume and in demand, the prices will shift all the time. So always be making sure to price check just to make sure stuff is correct. But again, even though like the price of lesser Necroplasm's gone down, greater Necroplasm, these will still make money. Not as much, but they will still make money. And I think maybe next week or the week after, I'll do one final review of Necromancy Moneymakers, see what the prices are like, and we can do a little talk through video. I know I've seen that people really enjoy that and like that, so that is definitely something I'll be looking into. Orc Bone 16k, again, Necromancy. Garb and Sub have gone down to just under 14 mil, which I think is where they'll settle. But again, it's something to look out for. Pure Essence is finally on its way down, quite dramatic, 125 GP each. It's a shame really, because these made things like Abyssal Demons like 10 mil an hour and really good profits. So it is a bit of a shame to finally see that end. It's been nice, like the Abyssal Demons especially, to be a decent moneymaker once again. The candles, the Greater Ritual candles were a great money-making method for a while, but they still could be. I'm pretty sure there's some profit there just looking at the price for a regular candle and the greater candle as well. The greater Necromancy stuff we'll not talk about. Again, next week is when we'll do a proper review of it, just to work out like what the actual price is. Impure Essence down to 422. I will be doing a video at some point going over Necromancy runecrafting and what the sort of money's like now that things have settled to a decent enough price. We can see like a realistic view of what the runecrafting method is, because I think it will seriously outpass anything from the Abyss. And this is the kind of runecrafting method you should be doing as opposed to that. Armadillo is what I've been currently doing on the main account. Training Necromancy, but also going for the pet. That's on the decline as well, because people were after Armadillo components, but now they've got components, so they are now going down. Dragon Rider Lance, again, something which spiked due to components, on its way down, now people have got them. Again, historic components on the way down. Ghost Essence on its way down, and now will just be linked to people not training as much via Necromancy. Blood of Orcus, this could be numerous things, but mainly binding contracts, I think. As we can see here, Blood Reaver's down, binding contracts demand is down, 13k should really be the normal price for an Orcus. Cactus had its time of its life during bonus XP weekend, that is now gone forever, I think. Overload as well, 96k. Once this is at 80k, I'm going to buy it on a noob account because then it's reasonable price. And this is why, like, once it was this price, you could afford to buy like 10, 20, buy your overloads per time. Once it completely crashed, then you can top up majorly. Death Guards, I imagine that's a level 90 if it's that price. Soulbound Lantern, again, we're not going to talk about. Bloodleaver Scrolls are cheap, and binding contracts are sort of dotted around it. So if you're looking to top up on binding contracts, I'd be waiting a while until you buy them. And then in terms of other stuff dotted around, a lot of bones, reinforced dragon bones, hardened dragon bones there. Again, the idea of how important bones were really wasn't as high as that. Hellfire metal, 13.9k again for contract. Anti-diamond incense sticks and air bones now at 8k, nearly 8k flat. And I think for me, that'd be something I'd look at. That's the lowest they've been for a while. And like the other bones, it's decent. It's going to be decent prayer XP. So me personally, on the main account, that is something I might be looking at if it's worthwhile doing. It's started to go up a little bit, but it's an investment I'd look at anyway. But again, everything is your GP. If you want to do it, you can do it. If not, don't. I don't even know if I'll do it or not. It's just something I could possibly look at for prayer training. That is all the price falls. The most valuable trades, nothing too major here. Again, it's just stuff making slight amendments. The Bow of the Last Guardian is now working its way back up again. Same with the Fractured Staff of Armadale, just settled down. Seven God Bow has gone to 1.4 bill. Appraisal Codex finally starting to shift downwards because people have pretty much used it who want to use it. Length set is down. Greater Chain is up a little bit. And the Says set is on its way down. Pretty much 800 mil. But a set which I think for what it is still pretty good value. Crypt Bloom is lost a fair chunk of money as well. So that could be a decent purchase if you've not used it yet. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be, but again, it is decent. And again here, the most traded. Now I'm only doing this because it's related to necromancy items, but you can see here, necroplasm especially is right up there. Impure essences as well, and the runes are dotted throughout. So in terms of anything like major here, we can check the dragon bones. They are 2220, so they've started to go back up. I managed to pick up about 40k for 1800 GP each, which was nice. But again, for my prayer training, it's a drop in the ocean, so it's nothing too bad. Mahogany plank is working its way back up, so that sort of bottomed out at 820. I think a video a couple of weeks ago we did spot that and say, look, that is a decent price, and I don't really think they'll stay there for that long. And again, they've gone up, and that is pretty much it, really. Just your standard week, nothing too major. Again, we're not really being dotted with necromancy stuff throughout here. It's still very much aimed towards combat for price rises and necromancy for price falls. But we're starting to get some points of normal as well. It's one of the first weeks in a while where we're not completely like dominated by an update. The only thing really on price rises which has got like a major factor in it is frames, which should have had their price amended, similar to the necromancy stuff, straight after the update. But you know, we live in this age, so it is what it is. Anyway, so that is the end of episode 13 of Marketwatch. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.